Welcome everyone, Silver Iker here, and it finally happened. The long-awaited shotgun nerf. And not only shotgun nerf, the clever dragon also got nerfed pretty hard. So, what do we do now? Well, I watched the live stream, live, and as we saw, if you have seen it, that is, we've got some new weapons coming in the meta, which are slower to fire, which is kind of a surprise. It's been a long while since we got it. Now, which weapons should you use? Well, let's start with primaries. The first one on our list for primaries, let's start with also pulse rifles, because it's a short list. It's also going to be the slowest and the highest impact rate of fire pulse rifles there are. Okay, let's see what we got there. Our first contestant is Ludmila D. It is a slower to fire pulse rifle. It's made by the Hake Foundation, I believe it's pronounced. You can get it from a gunsmith, either by leveling up your faction with him, or buying a package and waiting for a god roll, which is probably the better choice. The next one is the Spare Change. It used to be a year 2 pulse rifle, but you can also get it in year 3 now. You can get it by pretty much just playing Crucible and then hoping, Orange Jesus, for you to drop one. If you play classic like 6v6, classic Crumble, classic 3v3, you have higher chance of getting this drop because the loot table is much smaller. And finally, Parthian Shot. It's a Vanguard weapon. You can buy it from a vendor in the tower, or you could just grind out Vanguard packages for a god roll or decrypt engrams, one of those things. Now, this is the more fun part. This is the odd rifles. Oh, it's been so long since we could use odd rifles. Oh, by the way, I will talk about the exotics in the end. These are just legendaries for now. Okay, odd rifles. Let's start with the first one. Anguish of Distan, also regular and harrowed. You get this from the King's Fall raid. Oryx. Yeah, Final Battle of Oryx. You get that. I would not recommend using this, even though the archetype is the highest impact and the slowest rate of fire. For the reason is the rolls aren't really good, plus the stability always wanes. But if let's say you're a fan of it, I know some people are huge fans of the raid weapons from King's Fall, then sure, go ahead, use it. You might see some good some good results with it. That does not bow. This weapon drops from Tanix. It looks like Soul Stealer's Claw, but it's the opposite archetype. Plus, doesn't take chromas, which kind of is a bummer, but whatever. You get this from the chest after you kill Tanix, but you need a skeleton key, so go farm that out right now if you want that. Genesis Chain, Wrath of a Machine raid. You get this, by killing Axis on normal difficulty or opening with a normal chest in the hard raid. You have a chance of getting it. This, I would say it's alright, but I would rather you get a god roll from the other options. Grim Citizen, you get this from Crucible packages only on level up. This is the only way how to get it. So we'll level up your Crucible. Might also get your spare change, 25 cents. If you're lucky, you might get an amazing roll. Because it's all random. Okay, next, Her Memory. Challenge of Elders. Does it ring a bell? No? Well, I don't blame you. No, doesn't anymore to anyone. But it might be worth returning to that just for that gun. It's slow, of course, like all of them. A slow rate of fire, high impact, the highest impact auto rifle. So if you have a really good roll sitting somewhere in your vault, you might want to dust it off and take it in the Crucible when the patch drops. Shadow Prize, just like a Grim Citizen, but this time Vanguard. Just level up your Vanguard and hope that it drops the God roll. Zero's RE45. You get it from the Gunsmith packages or Gunsmith level ups. The gun, I never actually used it myself, but it does have the highest impact and the slowest rate of fire, so it made the list, of course. An Answering Cord. You get this by it was a year 2 primary auto rifle. Nobody used it because it was only the beginning of year 2, where actually no, I don't think year 2 even had the slowest rate of fire auto rifle meta. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, whatever. It was a year 2 primary weapon for Vanguards. Now it's much more harder to get and it's much more rare, but it's possible by decrypting primary legendary engrams at the Cryptarch or buying it from him. You have a small chance of getting it. Also, if you complete Nightfalls, you can get it. You could get a pretty good roll from there. That's where I got 2 of mine. Let's see, what do we have next? Antipatal Hindsight, I believe it's called. Same thing, but it was from Crucible. You get it the same way. Nightfall, and all that kind of stuff. Questing Beast, same as above. You just go open primary engrams at a Cryptarch, and you have a small chance of getting it from doing a Nightfall. The Deal Breaker, once again, open primaries or complete Nightfalls. Zero Day Dilemma. You can, this is a year 3 auto rifle, as always. High impact, slow rate of fire. You can get it from leveling up in Crucible, opening primary engrams, like Cryptarch, and or you could just buy it from vendor. It has good stability, does reduce magazine size to 20, so be aware of that. Has hidden hand, spray and play. Yeah, so the roll is, it's average. It could be better. Now, let's go to special. The only, the only weapon what I'm really going to talk about is sidearms. Really, the fusion rifles are just, there's no point of talking about them. They had no change. Snipers also had no change. Shotguns got a pretty horrible nerf. Now they're probably going to be used very less. Very less. Okay, so before you start all that grinding, I recommend you to join the Future War Cult. So you can get the most favorite sidearm by the community, the Wormwood. Yes, that sidearm. So before you start grinding your auto rifles or pulse rifles, go join Future War Cult. And then when Zerg comes to a tower, just buy all the heavy sins from him and just donate it to the Banshee at the tower, I believe her name is. So you might get the sidearm, or you could just buy a sidearm straight from her. Who knows? You might like that role. I'm not really that big of an expert in sidearms, so it's up to you to decide what you like more. Okay, next is exotics. Let's start with special, because it's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, so here's the first one, Invective. Now, as we know, with special nerf, you will no longer receive, well, not receive, special ammo now spawns every 60 seconds, yay, but when you die, all your special ammo is gone, nay. Okay, but, nerf shotgun, so I guess the sacrifice was kind of worth it. Invective, it regenerates your special ammo, even though it's not the ideal archetype of shotgun to use, but, it could get your job done if you still want to rock out a shotgun, and you don't have to worry about special ammo that much. And of course the Icebreaker, same deal, regenerates ammo. And you can use a sniper, without worrying of dying and losing all your special ammo. Then, of course, how could we forget, the Trespasser, the only, I said the only sidearm worth talking about. No Trex promise. So, it's a sidearm with burst fire. If you're good with it, use it. It's not gonna lose the ammo when you die. Hopefully, at least I don't think so. I didn't test it out yet because I don't have the patch. Okay, No Land Beyond and Universal Remote. Of course, Universal Remote is a bit debatable because Bungie said they're gonna nerf it even more, so it'll be even less usable. But it could be an alternative to an Invective if you really want to go that way. But No Land Beyond is a favorite. A lot of people use it in trials. It's considered to be at the same time the worst and the best weapon in the game by people who can use it, of course, which I'm not one of them, as you may know. Okay, let's go to primaries. This is our final list. Primaries. Suros Regime, the focus fire. Let's be honest here. The king is returning. Yes. The weapon, the myth, the legend, the... Okay, the king is taking his throne back, most likely. Suros Regime focus fire will reign supreme of all auto rifles. If you don't have it, you might want to pick it up. We shall see how good it is, or how bad it is. Who knows? But you might nerf it to the ground. You know how they are. The last word. Well, the hand cannons got buffed and nerfed kind of at the same time. I would say it's more of a buff than a nerf, but the last word, now it kind of removes the ghost bullets, or bloom, whatever you call it, from the first shot, I believe. Then it gets worse and worse the faster you fire, which, well, the last word can 3-tap people, so if you fire it, if the first shot lands and it's a headshot, you don't have to worry about it that much, as long as you just keep firing at your opponent. Okay, Hawkmoon. Okay, remember what I said about the first bullet? Hawkmoon is all about it. You fire from like half a map away, it lands in a headshot, and it triggers the luck in a chamber round. Boom. The enemy lost his shield. And then you can just shoot him again a couple seconds later. Maybe you can get lucky again. Or maybe not. Who knows. But Hawkmoon is definitely coming back. Now, the last one is a bit debatable. this is the Kovastov. The impact doesn't exactly, work out, but people could mess around with that. Maybe it could be Suros. Well, no, it can't be Suros regime. I really doubt it's gonna do that. But who knows? Maybe we can find the perfect combination for the Kovastov to make it actually usable and not forgetful. It has to be. It was like our first weapon in the game. You just ruined it, Bungie, making it so horrible. Okay, guys. So this is my advice for weapons or weapons guide, whatever you want to call it, whatever I'm gonna name it, I guess. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Hopefully after this patch. Oh, I can't wait to play it. And well, it's been Silveriker here, and I am signing out. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you so choose.